Hello, everyone. It's Darlene. I am so glad to be here again with you. I apologize for it being such a long time since we last talked. Today, I am going to talk about our journey to wellness since we are now in a new year. Happy 2023 to each and every one of you. So I made a list of things I want to cover. And of course, at the end, I'm going to give you some Bible verses to meditate on. So recently, I told you that we're going to do a series on food and what the Bible has to say about the correct way to eat. And I know that a lot of people have done this in the past. And let me tell you right now, I am not a dietitian or a nutritionist, but what I'm going to do is share information that I read with you so that we can get a better understanding of how we should be eating and drinking unto wellness, not what Big Pharma would tell you to do. I'm not going to tell you one diet is better than the other. In fact, I'm going to tell you that diets are not the way to become healthy. If you're looking at it as a diet, it's not what you should be doing. What you should be looking at it as is lifestyle change. And why do I say that? You need to change to something that you know is going to bring you positive in the end point, and you need to change to something that you can stick to. And trust me, this may not be the same for everyone. And the reason for that is because of generational curses, okay? Whether you believe in it or not, genetics. We have our habits that we've developed from childhood on up. That was what's the word? That was part of our upbringing, a part of our genetics, a part of our culture, and the same with illnesses or diseases that we have. They may run in families, but I'm going to tell you right now, generational curses do not have to continue, and they can stop with you. You do not have to have the same health problems that everyone else in your family has had. And in order to change the end point, you have to change what you were brought up to do. Those habits, you got to change them. You got to develop healthy habits, okay? Healthy lifestyle. But again, as I've said in the past, your wellness is not only what you eat, it is affected by other things. And so I made a list of 6 things that I will try to cover at least over the next 6 months, if not the next year, as I go through this year of trying to really be healthy, to become the person that I know I should be, and to get away from things that are not going to be a healthy end point for me. Okay, so what are they? Let's start with one. First thing is healthy eating and healthy drinking. Again, we will talk about this in different videos. I will cover different ways of eating. I will cover different things that you have to be concerned about with what you're eating as they relate to health conditions that you may already have. Again, when it comes to drinking, I am going to tell you without a doubt, unless you have contaminated water, water is your best and should be your main beverage that you intake. Now, everybody can't drink a ton of water because, again, there's health conditions If there's kidney disease that you're dealing with, you may have restricted fluid intake. And you need to respect what you've gone over with your uh, providers when it comes to that. If you feel like you're becoming healthier and the recommendations that were made are not in line with what you feel your creator is leading you to do, then and only then should you change that, okay? So, first thing is healthy eating and healthy drinking. The second thing is regular moving. You can call it exercise, you can call it whatever you want to. A lot of times when people hear the word exercise, they're like, oh no, no way. I am not going to be exercising. Well, let me tell you, you don't have to call it exercise, but you need to have regular movement. If all you're doing is sitting or laying around, trust me, you are not going to be in a state of wellness. What you do not use, you will lose, okay? Whether it's your brain, okay? If you do not exercise your brain cells, you will lose your brain um, ability. You've got to exercise your brain. If you do not move your muscles, if you do not move your muscles, don't move your legs, don't move your arms, you will lose those muscles, and things that used to be so simple for you will become very hard, like getting up out of your seat, okay? Moving your extremities. Even if you have arthritis or anything of that sort, yes, it may be difficult when you first start moving, but after you start moving, you feel better. You have to have regular movement. That does not mean you have to run a marathon. That does not mean you have to run. That does not mean you have to go out there and go from 0 to 100 in one day. If you start slow with your movement and listen to your body, you will know what the right movement is for you. What is right for me may not be right for you. Excuse my little baby, fur baby in the back. That's why the cover is moving. He's probably going to poke his head out in a minute. However, when you move, okay, if you are in significant pain, discomfort, you're probably doing something wrong and you shouldn't do it. Little discomfort or soreness after having no activity should be expected. Again, you're using muscles that have been resting. If you think about a rubber band, you get a rubber band and you pull that rubber band as a brand new rubber band, it's hard to move, okay? Or let's say it's elastic, but it's not as hard. I mean, it's not as easy to move as a rubber band that you've been stretching back and forth for days, months, years, okay? It's going to be a little bit of, you're going to feel the difference when you first start moving, and then it gets better. So start slow and then move more. Number 3, rest. You need to develop healthy sleep habits. You need to get enough sleep for yourself. You know, we used to say 8-9 hours of sleep a night is what you should get. Well, how about teenagers and probably young children need more sleep than that because they are in a rapid state of growth. Some of us can function over 4 hours of sleep a night and we do not feel deprived, okay? You know what your body takes. Trust me, if you're not getting enough rest, your body cannot restore itself. Rest is very important, and resting quietly, not with noise and stuff in the background, unless it's like quiet noise, not with a bunch of lights. You need your body to get at total rest when you sleep. Number 4, de-stress. Anybody can tell you that stress can lead to illness or dis-ease. I just read something today that just blew my mind almost. Did you know that stress can cause holes in your brain? That's kind of scary. Holes in your brain. Now, I know that stress can lead to ulcers, stress can lead to high blood pressure, stress can lead to you gaining weight. Okay? So it is important that you find what works for you to de stress. Okay? 5, you must develop healthy, positive social relationships. Now, I am going to tell you that does not mean that these need to be intimate relationships, okay? It means relationships with people where you can help each other, where you can pick each other up when you need to, where you can bounce off of each other the things that you need to bounce off of each other, okay? You do not need to be in relationships that pull you down, that devalue you. God did not intend for you to be in those kind of relationships. Number 6, you need to have spiritual well-being. Now, what that is to you and for you, you will have to discover for yourself. I am a Christian, and so I believe in a creator that is in 3 parts. You don't have to do that. That's your choice, okay? But you need to have spiritual well-being. This journey to wellness is mind, body, and soul. You need to have wellness of all 3. So let's go over my verses to meditate on as my little fur baby is trying to disrupt me. There are 4 verses. The first, well, there's 4 different sources of verses. The first 2 are referring to accountability. All these verses will come from the New King James Version. The first one comes from Romans 14, verse 12. And I'm going to read these so that I don't mess them up. And that reads as, "So then, each of us shall give account of himself to God." Again, these are on accountability. Second one comes from Hebrews 4, chapter 4, verse 13, and it reads, "And there is no creature hidden from his sight, but all things are naked and open to the eyes of him to whom we must give account." The last 2 references are on the value of having a friend. The first one comes from Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verses 9 through 10, and it reads, "Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one will lift up his companion. But woe to him who is alone when he falls, for he has no one to help him up." The next resource is coming from Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17, and it says, "As iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend." So, as I end this video, what I want to encourage you is, as you start this journey to wellness, I would like for you to reach out to one person that you can find reliable to keep you accountable, to keep you on track. That even if you fall off track, they encourage you to get back up. Think of one person to help you through that journey, whoever it is. And the other things I would like to encourage you to do is, after you find yourself getting into a routine to your journey of wellness make a difference and help someone else to get on that same journey. Last thing I want to encourage you to do is to find a reason every day. Excuse me. I want you to laugh without a reason. Whatever. Laughter is the best medicine. When you are overwhelmed, whether it's with family or with friends or the job or whatever, I want you to laugh. I want you to find healing through laughter. And last, in 2023, I want you to dare to be you. One way to relieve stress is to stop trying to be who people want you to be, but dare to be you. This is the end of this video. I hope to at least once a week come before you with ways to help you along your journey. I am going to be again doing videos on food as I'm doing my research to give you more information there. But I will cover all 6 of these areas so that we can be well-rounded and be healing in all of these areas. Thank you for your time, and God bless each and every one of you. May 2023 be far greater than you ever thought it could be. And whatever 2020, 2021, 2022 has brought you, it's in the past. Let us live currently in the future. In the present, not in the future. Live in the present. I'm going to give you a saying that I read recently. And I think it's something that's encouraging. Let us dream as if we're going to live forever, but let us live as if today is our last day. May you find maximum fulfillment in your life. And the only way you can do that is by being yourself and helping someone else along the way. Again, God bless each and every one of you.